How far away did you say this castle was again? Ugh. Still another 3 or 4 days. Our rations are not going to last that long. I hope you're aware. You saw what happened the last time we tried to go hunting. You'll do better by yourself? Okay. We'll tell you what. When we stop for the day, I will gladly make camp and you can go hunt to your heart's content. But if you do manage to catch something, I do expect part of it for setting camp up. Deal? Good. I've told you, I grew up on a farm. Yes, we have had to supplement meat in the past, but mostly we set out snares and traps for rabbits. We didn't have money for bows and arrows or lances or spears or what have you. I've told you this story. Yes. I was knighted at the Battle of King's Cross. I was chosen to squire for an older knight in the nearby town because the younger generation had been wiped out by a pox. Not many people my size in general. I was not classically trained with a sword, but if you give me a big enough hammer or an axe, and I can handle myself fairly well. But I saved the old codger's life, so he knighted me. I wouldn't be calling it into question too awfully much. If I am no knight, then surely you are no knight, since it was me who knighted you. So if I was you, I would defend my claims as if they were your own. Look, I understand that you're only traveling with me because I'm the only person that will have you. And we both need someone to watch our backs. But that doesn't mean that we have to be nasty with each other. I rather enjoy your company, most of the time. Yes, well, you are a better fighter than me. I am readily willing to admit that. You're a fair hand better at cooking as well. Yes, it is a tragedy that you are stuck traveling with someone like me because of your gender. Yes, well, I've seen you fight. I've seen you defend yourself. I've seen you defend others. I've seen you uphold the tenets of knighthood. And I'm not someone who thinks that just because you're a woman that you don't deserve the same respect as everyone else. So what's the plan here? Well, we have no money, obviously. I lost the last of mine, ransoming back my armor and my horse. Maybe this lord will actually have a proper melee. I've always done better at them than I have at jousting. Sunflower here's a sturdy horse, but not quite enough to win a joust. Not with the lack of skill in the rider, eh, girl? No. I know. She's an old thing, but I've had her for a long time. She was a gift from my brother. I have not seen him in many a year either. Traveled across that damnable sea. There's always a war going on over there. I'm glad that I wasn't picked up by a mercenary group. Well, Sir Stalin was not always the kindest of men, but at least he kept me from the life of a mercenary. Short, and no one to remember you. Hopefully my brother's still around, but I don't imagine I'll ever see him again. Yes, if I ever become a landed knight, or by some miracle of the gods could claim a house, I would gladly send out letters across the sea in the hopes of finding him and bringing him home. I'd have to get my sisters also. What about you? Well, you know pretty well the entirety of my backstory, but I still don't know anything about yours. You fight well, you ride well. That horse and that armor is not cheap, I can tell. I've been around cheap steel my entire life, and that is certainly not it. Okay, you keep your secrets, I won't push. Okay. Well, it's starting to get dark out. I'm going to go ahead and set up camp here. There's what is that? Do you see that in the... Ha! It's our lucky day. No, do you not see it? Someone felled a deer. Well, it's still in its death throes. Hurry, let's go. Oh, that's an unlucky shot. I wonder how far this thing's traveled. Here, give me your knife. There. Poor thing. Well, here you are. What are you looking at me for? The deal was that if I set up the camp, you would hunt. I did the hunting and the killing. But does that not make it fair that you're the one to skin it and clean it? I think so. Now hurry. We need to travel a little farther in case the person who gave this present to our dear friend the deer is still around. I'm not worried about any small folk around here causing us any major issues, but I'd also not like to look a lad in the eye while I steal his meal from him. Well, also I don't know that I could look a lad in the eye and take his meal from him, so best be off. In this case, our conscience is clear. I see no one around. We're not stealing anything from anybody at this point. We're just keeping a carcass from going to waste. I'll help. Come on, let's go. Huh. Told you I could get a fire set up quickly. That smells very good. I'm tempted to eat some raw if I'm being completely honest with you. Hey, I wasn't being serious. Sit still. I'll help you take your armor off if you help me take off mine. I'll take first watch. Yes. I don't think we'll need to worry too much about brigands. But I'd rather be safe than sorry. Gods, I'd love to have an actual squire again. Well, to do all of the work that I don't want to do, of course. Hopefully, once we're done with this tournament, we can actually settle down and have true squires. No. I would not subject a boy to this life. Or a girl. Sorry. No offense meant. maybe if they were an orphan and they had no other place to go, but I would detest to drag a child from their home for a life like this, sleeping in ditches, not knowing when our next meal is going to be, constantly roaming from town to town in the attempts to find even the meagerest of paydays. I know, just earlier today I was besmirching the idea, but I've often thought about possibly going across the sea. There's always wars going on. And truly I'd probably be more suited to combat over there than over here. Oh, you're a dancer with that blade in your hand. You move it in ways I've never seen anybody else be able to. I'm fairly adequate at hacking and smashing my way through opponents, but when they have true skill like you have, I stand no chance. At least when it's mercenaries against mercenaries, my size and strength would give me a fairly adequate advantage. Those are kind words, thank you. You truly mean it. You'll help me learn to fight better with a sword. Yes, absolutely. We can take our first lesson while the meat cooks. Fine. We have a deal. I will polish your armor while I take watch, as long as you teach me how to fight. Yes, I assure you, I will still use my axe when it comes time to fight in the melee. I don't believe that I will become good enough with a sword in the short amount of time that we have to not embarrass both myself and yourself. Now, come on then, I'm excited, let's try this. You hand me a stick. Ha. Okay, you are the teacher. Let us begin.